Hello students, I hope you all are fine. So take out your SST books and take out chapter number 1, India, my country. In the last class we did physical features and here are some questions regarding last topic. So our first question is, what are the different landforms in India? Second, in how many regions the physical features of India are divided? Third, which physical feature covers the large part of India? Right? Now let's have a look on objectives of today's topic. So our first objective is to know about states. Second, to know about union territories. Third, to locate northern states on map. So students, this is clear from the objective that our today's topic is states and union territories. So before beginning with the reading, let me give more information regarding the topic. As we all know that India was under the British control and India was granted independence on 15 August 1947, and since then we celebrate this day as Independence Day, right? So students, there were 14 states and 6 union territories after independence, and since then several changes took place, and at present we have 28 states and 8 union territories, and the two new union territories are Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Take out page number 3. Let's start reading from book States and Union Territories. On 15th August 1947, India became independent. At present, it is divided into 29 states and 7 union territories. So students, as we discussed earlier that at present we have 28 states and 8 union territories. So cut 29 and write 28 and cut 7 and write 8 over there. Come on the second line. The central government, which looks after the welfare of the whole country, is based in New Delhi. The union territories are governed directly by the central government. The states have their own government. So students, mark welfare in the third line and write well-being, and mark governed in the fourth line and write rule. So these lines mean that the central government works for the betterment of the whole country and is located in New Delhi. And at present we have BJP as a central government in India, and PM of India is Shri Narendra Modi, right? And union territories are controlled directly by the central government, and lieutenant governors are appointed for looking after the development of union territories. And in the states we have own government, that is, it is not necessary that if we have BJP at the center, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, then we will also have the same party in the states. In fact, take an example of Punjab. In Punjab we have Congress, and at central level we have BJP. So I hope it is clear now that states have their own government, and governors are appointed in the states to look after the well-being of the state. Come on the fifth line now. Let's start reading. Rajasthan is the largest state in area and Goa is the smallest. Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura, located in the northeastern part of India, are called the Seven Sisters. So these lines mean that among the states, Rajasthan is at number 1 in terms of area and Goa is at last number. And Rajasthan is famous for forts, Thar desert, beautifully built temples, etc. And Goa is famous for its beautiful beaches, nightlife party, safety, water sports, etc. The states located in the northeast are Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. And these are called Seven Sisters because of the similarity between states in terms of geographical features and their interdependence on each other. Come on the next page, page number 4. Let's start reading. India is often referred to as a subcontinent as it has a vast landmass with differences. There are differences in the physical features, climatic conditions, natural vegetation, places where people live, religions, languages, and social and economic activities, which are the main features of a continent. So, mark vegetation in the third line and write plant life. So this paragraph means that India is also known as subcontinent, and the meaning of subcontinent is an area separated by natural boundaries. See, we know that India has a huge landmass as it is the seventh largest country in the world, and the huge landmass is covered by different physical features like mountains, plateaus, plains, etc. And there are also differences in the climatic conditions, in the plant life, in the places where people live, religions, languages, social and economic activities. These features make India a subcontinent. Come on the last paragraph, let's start reading. It is true that India has a variety of languages, cultures, religious beliefs, and lifestyles. Still, the people of the country are woven together with the feeling of nationalism, which brings unity in spite of the diversity. So, underline variety in the first line and write different, and underline beliefs and write trust. So this paragraph means that there are different languages, cultures, beliefs, traditions, lifestyles of people of India, but still we are living happily, we are living together instead of being so variations in the country. And we know that India is known as diverse country, and all the diversity is bounded by one thing, that is called feeling of patriotism, feeling of love with one's nation. Feeling of nationalism is the one which is binding all the people of the country together, and because of this, India is developing day by day in the whole world. So students, we have completed two objectives of today's topics. That is, we have learned about states and also about union territories of India, and now we have to focus on the third objective, that is to locate northern states on map. At number 1 is Punjab, and the capital of Punjab is Chandigarh, and Punjab is known as wheat ball of India. At second number is Haryana. Haryana's capital is Chandigarh, and Haryana is famous for its Maruti car factory. And students, Haryana and Punjab shares the same capital, that is Chandigarh. At third number is Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh's capital is Shimla, and it is famous for hill stations like Manali, Spiti Valley, etc. At fourth number we have Uttarakhand, and the capital of Uttarakhand is Dehradun, and Uttarakhand is known as land of gods. At fifth number we have Uttar Pradesh, and the capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow, and Uttar Pradesh is the most populated state of India. So students, we have completed today's topic, and today we learnt about states, union territories, and how to locate northern states on map. So now your homework is to read today's topic, revise terms, plus do HOTS of page number 7 on copy. Thank you.